Well, that leads, I guess, to my next question, which is about your new release, Hands Clean, and your producers, Daniel Friedel and Jonas Renbro.
Yeah.
And I guess, how'd you meet them, and what launched your collaboration with them?
Right. It was a happy coincidence because I had gone up to Copenhagen a few years ago to just do a couple of writing sessions with a few writers who were recommended to me by a publisher. And Jonas and Daniel are writing partners, and so we got together and wrote a couple of songs. One of them was "This Feels Like Home," and it just was one of those very natural sessions where basically the song was done within 2 hours, and the only problem was we just didn't have enough time to just spend like a whole week writing because we really connected.
Is that something you'd like to do in the future?
Sorry?
Is that something you'd like to do with them in the future? Or do you think you'll be working with them in the future?
It's something that I was able to do a bit later on when I decided that I definitely wanted to have them produce the album and not just write on the one song. So I ended up doing more writing sessions with them, and songs like B came about with them, the One, and they kind of helped me help me finish off some half-finished material I had as well. So they definitely had a big influence throughout the album on both the writing and the production. I think with making this album, it was important to me to work with new people because I definitely wanted a new sound. But not just new people, but people who really got where I was coming from on Gold Coast, and therefore they would have to, by definition, be soul heads like me.
Okay.
And Jonas is an artist in his own right. He's very soulful, and Daniel Friedel just knows more about soul music than anyone I know. So we were definitely on the same page, and I felt safe about taking this leap into the unknown with them.
Now, with the new single, B, which is featuring Jonas, I believe.
Yeah.
I took a look at that, and what struck me was that it's really almost surrealistic in its presentation. It was almost like a Salvatore Dali painting come to life and set to music. And so, did you select the director, Beth Akoto, to make this video for you, or how did that happen?
Well, again, like everything with the album, it sort of happened in its own way organically. Baf Akoto is actually an old school friend of mine from Ghana days, and he had been following the progress of the new album, and he's very into electronica, so he was excited to hear that I was tapping into some of that. And when I played him B, he fell in love with the song immediately, and he said, "Oh my God, if you do a video for that, I have to direct it." He's a filmmaker, so I sort of kept that in the back of my mind. At the time, I didn't know whether it would be a single or not, but once we decided to go with it, it was a no-brainer. So I gave him a ring, and he already had a really strong vision for it. He felt that, given that it's almost like an epic adventure, the song for me, it's an anthem, and so we sort of
How so?
A lot of. Sorry?
How so?
Because it's a real statement. It was the last song I wrote for the album. It felt like I had come full circle. At the beginning, I kind of started off writing a lot of negative stuff because of what I was going through personally at the time, trying to figure it all out. And by the time I'd reached the end of that process, I kind of felt really very spiritually cleansed. Like I'd let go a lot of the stuff that was on me, weighing me down. And so B was just about acceptance and being confident and happy enough in myself to say, you know what, just let it be. So it's a very simple message, but probably the most important one of all.
Well, it sounds as though it reflects a certain degree of spiritual growth.
Yeah, I think it definitely does. That whole period of making the album, and it was a long period, with the breaks in between, was very much one of spiritual growth. I think losing my mother kind of, that it does different things to different people, because you're never prepared. I don't think anything can prepare you for losing someone so close. But for me, it felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me, and I was in this new place where I didn't know. I honestly didn't know who I was, because so much about what I had done during her years of being ill had been about being there for her and trying to help her through her treatment and stuff. And so it almost seemed like I didn't know what to do with myself anymore. And so there was a lot of just, sort of bonding and talking with my family and getting to know them better as well, and just figuring out, how we were going to just hold each other and move forward. And it's a very strengthening process. But it was definitely a new one for me, and I was in new territory. So the album was a lot about that. It reflected this newness. The newness of the sound was very much the newness of the new Rhian that was emerging.
Now, one final question for you, and that's, when are we going to see you here in the States? I presume you're going to have some promotional tours going, coming up. So, can you tell us a little bit about what your plans are in that regard?
I wish I could give you a definite date, but we are still working on that, is the truth. I have been chomping at the bit since we released this album in February to get dates locked down, because the U.S. is very special to me. That's where I began all of this. I recorded my first album there, and still the vast majority of my fans are in America, and I miss them terribly. So we will be getting dates down before the end of the year, and we'll definitely let you know. It'll be on my social media, on my website, and my Twitter and Facebook, so you can follow progress there.
Well, I want to thank you very much for your time, and before I guess we hang up, I'd like to ask you, is there anything that you would like to talk about that I haven't asked you?
That's an interesting one. I guess I would just like to say a very big thank you to my fans in the U.S. who've stuck with me through this. I'm really very humbled by the continued support that I've received, through MySpace and Facebook and Twitter throughout the years when I wasn't actively out there promoting music, and that means a lot. And at times it actually was what kept me going with the project. And so, this new album is very much a tribute to my fans, who I appreciate.
Well, I think that they recognize your artistry, and that's why they support you. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye.